out on the open ocean. The day begins long before the sun rises for these brave fishermen. Every single movement on this deck requires perfect synchronization and immense physical strength. As the heavy steel chains clank against the hull, the crew works tirelessly under the salty breeze. They prepare the massive fishing nets, ensuring every knot is secure. This is a life defined by grit, dedication, and an unbreakable bond with the unpredictable sea. Navigating through the massive machinery, each crew member plays a vital role in this dangerous operation. Orders are shouted over the roaring engine as the giant winches begin to turn. Slowly and steadily, the heavy lines are pulled from the deep blue waters. The long hours of waiting are finally over as the huge green nets rise above the deck. It is a moment of triumph, revealing the bounty of the ocean and rewarding their endless labor. The true scale of the ocean's bounty is finally revealed as the massive nets are securely hauled onto the wet deck. Thousands of silver fish glisten under the daylight, packed tightly within the heavy mesh. Every man is on high alert, handling the immense weight with practiced precision and caution. The raw power of the sea transforms into a tangible reward, a testament to their relentless grit and strategic teamwork. With the giant net safely positioned, the grueling process of stabilizing and sorting the harvest begins immediately. Under the watchful eyes of the seasoned captain, the crew coordinates seamlessly amid the complex machinery. Water and fish spill across the deck as they secure the lines for the next phase. There is no time to rest. This is the demanding reality of those who make their living from the deep, endless blue. The heart-pounding moment arrives as the massive net is positioned directly over the main hatch. The deckhands work in perfect sync to untie the heavy knots, preparing to release the catch below. Within seconds, a silver torrent of fresh fish surges onto the deck and into the holding pools. Water splashes everywhere as the crew swiftly manages the sudden flow, ensuring not a single piece of the harvest goes to waste. As the fish pour onto the slick deck, the crew utilizes custom wooden scrapers and chutes to guide the massive volume down into the cold storage. Every worker is deeply focused, pushing through the physical fatigue under the open sky. Mechanical winches hum loudly in the background, assisting the team as they clear the deck. It is a seamless combination of human endurance and industrial power at sea. With the deck finally cleared of the massive haul, the fishermen waste no time and pivot immediately to their next task. On the rolling deck, the crew carefully inspects the heavy blue trawl net, stretching it out to ensure there are no severe tears. From a high vantage point, the sheer scale of the vessel and the industrial machinery becomes clear, framing the crew as they battle the unpredictable elements out in the open ocean. The intense rhythm of maritime labor continues as the crew organizes thick mooring, ropes, and heavy steel chains across the stern. Every piece of equipment must be flawlessly secured before the next launch to prevent dangerous accidents. Working in close proximity to massive metal shackles and moving parts, these brave men demonstrate incredible focus, relying on years of shared experience to keep the fishing vessel operating safely. As the main hull is successfully stored below, the crew immediately shifts focus to clearing the remaining fish scattered across the wet floor. Working in a tight, confined space filled with heavy steel machinery, a deckhand in an orange helmet meticulously gathers the loose catch. Nearby, massive mechanical blocks and thick braided ropes are prepared for the next launch, maintaining the continuous and grueling cycle of life at sea. The intense energy shifts to another section of the deck, where a colossal, tightly packed net bursting with fish is brought aboard. Experienced crew members wearing bright safety vests and protective gear work together under the open sky to secure the heavy lines. Using a complex system of overhead steel cables and winches, they steadily maneuvered the immense weight, proving that team synergy is vital to surviving this unforgiving industry. The deck transforms into a high-stakes arena as the colossal net, overflowing with the ocean's bounty, is hauled fully aboard. Amidst heavy steel structures and thick ropes, a deckhand in an orange helmet works alongside his crew to secure the massive weight. Every movement must be perfectly timed, as a single loose cable could mean disaster while handling such an immense catch under the open sky. High above the deck, powerful mechanical cranes and heavy metal booms frame the sunlit sky, Operating as the iron backbone of the under the supervision of seasoned officers, the crew utilizes these industrial winches to maneuver the heavy harvest into place. As the ship rolls with the waves, birds circle overhead, signaling another successful step in this grueling maritime journey. The sheer scale of the catch is breathtaking, as massive, densely packed nets span across the entire wooden deck. Thousands of fish tightly fill the industrial mesh, shimmering under the sunlight. Crew members carefully step over the heavy lines, initiating the process of stabilizing the harvest. Amid the smell of salt and silver scales, the team begins the task of guiding this bounty into the ship's lower processing bays. Deep inside the trawler's working corridors, a specialized crew member in a white safety helmet oversees the conveyor belts and sorting lines. Every section of the vessel functions like a well-oiled machine, routing the fresh catch through hatchways and structural gates. On the open deck, ropes are organized and equipment is cleared, ensuring a seamless transition from the chaotic sea to the organized storage below. With the catch safely secured below, the focus shifts back to the wide-open stern ramp. Two deckhands outfitted in vibrant orange and blue fall-weather gear and safety helmets stand guard at the edge of the rolling sea. They carefully monitor the heavy steel cables and guide ropes tracing across the wet wooden deck, ensuring all mechanical tension is safely managed as the vessel rides the ocean waves. The mechanical winches turn once more as the crew begins hauling in a massive stretch of bright green netting. Working in unison, the sailors handle the trailing lines and guide the heavy mesh along the deck's center lane. Every team member plays a crucial role in stacking and securing the equipment, clearing the workspace, and preparing the industrial trawler for its next deploy into the deep blue. The intense physical labor continues as the deckhands gather the remaining sections of the large trawl net. Working along the center wooden track, the team uses overhead lines to hoist and bundle the heavy material. Their coordinated efforts prevent the massive mesh from tangling or dragging into the sea, systematically organizing the gear as the vessel keeps a steady course. Suspended by powerful mechanical cranes, the main body of the green net is lifted vertically above the deck. Sailors secure the structure with heavy blue ropes, guiding the bundled gear into its designated storage station. With the stern ramp cleared and the equipment neatly packed, the deck is fully restored, marking the successful completion of another hylial harvest. The deck becomes a hive of focused activity as the crew manages the critical lines attached to the trawl. Sailors in high-visibility gear work closely together, guiding the heavy, green mesh along the wooden deck. Every movement is calculated to maintain tension and ensure the net feeds smoothly into the winch system, proving that teamwork is essential in these demanding maritime operations. With the main lines secured, the focus shifts to the stern as the final section of the net emerges from the sea. The heavy green mesh, bulging with the day's catch, is carefully hauled up the ramp. Crew members watch intently from the upper deck and sides, ready to secure the heavy load as the vessel successfully completes another challenging harvest from the deep waters. The moments of anticipation culminate in a spectacular sight as the massive codon of the net is successfully hauled onto the deck. The tightly packed green mesh bulges heavily, completely filled with a bounty of fresh, reddish fish. Sailors secure the enormous load, and the pure scale of the catch stands as a testament to the crew's hard work and the rich, open waters. With the massive net safely positioned on the wooden deck, a crew member in bright orange gear closely monitors the winches and lines. The heavy codon rests securely, ready for the next phase of processing. Meanwhile, other sections of the green and yellow netting are neatly arranged alongside the vessel's superstructure, keeping the deck clear as the team prepares to release the harvest. The atmosphere intensifies as the crew prepares for the final, most rewarding step. A seasoned sailor in orange oilskins and a white hard hat steps up to the massive codon, carefully untying the heavy knots, securing the bottom of the net. Every movement requires precision and caution, as the immense weight of the catch presses heavily against the green mesh, ready to be unleashed. With a final pull, the net opens, and a massive wave of vibrant, reddish fish cascades out onto the deck. The crew works swiftly amidst the rushing bounty, directing the heavy flow toward the storage hatches below. Water splashes and scales glisten in the sunlight as the vessel's deck transforms into a bustling scene of abundance. marking a deeply satisfying and successful haul. The relentless ocean calls, and the heavy nets are finally drawn aboard, bursting with the vibrant colors of a fresh catch. Every single movement on this wet, weathered wooden deck tells a story of survival and ultimate endurance. As the powerful waves crash against the vessel, the fishermen stand firm, bound by a timeless tradition of facing the deep blue sea, chasing their lives upon the open water. Massive green nets stretch out, catching the cold ocean spray as the heavy machinery turns. Every thick rope and massive steel buoy plays its part in this high-stakes battle against nature's raw power. It is a grueling, non-stop journey where danger and hope are intertwined, proving that a fisherman's true strength is forged not in the calm, but directly within the heart of the raging storm. As the ship cuts deeply through the endless waves, the tireless crew prepares for the next phase of their grueling labor. With every heavy cable secured and each massive knot inspected, there is no room for a single error out here. This is a quiet moment of absolute focus, where the rhythm of the ocean meets the relentless, unyielding spirit of men who call this vast water their home. With a sudden, powerful release, the giant green nets hit the water, spreading wide across the deep, churning blue. The mechanical winches scream under the immense strain as the gear sinks into the mysterious depths below. It is a calculated gamble against the tides, a fierce dance between human engineering and the unpredictable, wild elements of the open sea. After hours of waiting, the real battle begins. The heavy machinery groans as it starts hauling the massive load back to the surface. Through the camera's eye, we see the sheer weight of the ocean's bounty. The nets emerge, bulging and heavy, with thousands of silver fish, a testament to the crew's hard work and the sea's endless generosity. Every second counts as the crew moves in to secure the catch. Wearing heavy waterproof gear, they stand right over the massive, shifting mountain of fish. With skilled hands and absolute precision, they untie the main ropes and lock the heavy steel hooks. It is a high-stakes, chaotic environment where teamwork is the only guarantee of safety. With the massive net securely positioned over the hold, the critical moment of release arrives. The fishermen stand closely by, guiding the heavy load with absolute precision as the tight ropes are carefully cut. In an instant, a glittering wave of fresh silverfish cascades onto the deck, a rewarding sight that makes every hour of freezing ocean, wind, and exhausting labor completely worth it. The deck quickly transforms into a scene of intense, focused activity. Thousands of fish fill the sorting area, and the crew moves with practiced speed to organize the harvest. Working under the open sky, their hands move smoothly despite the constant shaking of the vessel. It is a tireless routine where stamina and deep experience are the keys to completing a successful day at sea. The massive storage bins are now completely filled, presenting an incredible view of the ocean's true abundance. Thousands of silver fish shimmer under the daylight as the next phase of the operation begins. To maintain the highest quality and freshness, the crew uses large high-pressure hoses to pump cold seawater directly over the catch, ensuring that every single fish stays perfectly preserved. The continuous rush of water keeps the harvest moving, filling every corner of the wooden holding bays. From this close-up perspective, the scale of today's success is undeniable. The crew stands steady at the edge, monitoring the flow and managing the heavy workload. It is a powerful display of industrial fishing, where human effort and natural resources come together out on the open sea. The workflow down on the deck remains relentless as the sorting phase officially concludes. The crew works together to smoothly transfer the massive hull directly into the belly of the vessel. Thousands of shimmering fish slide down through the open hatch, disappearing into the dark storage areas below, where the cold temperature is waiting to keep the sea's bounty perfectly preserved. Deep inside the frozen belly of the ship, a hard-working crew member manages the massive intake. Surrounded by concrete walls and layers of cold ice, he manually spreads the catch evenly across the storage bay. It is a freezing, lonely job that requires heavy physical endurance, ensuring that not a single inch of space is wasted before the long journey back home begins. Back up on the stern, a new phase of intense labor begins. The deck crew coordinates closely to haul another massive, heavy net out of the rolling waves, Every movement must be calculated and precise as they guide the thick green ropes. Together, they secure the heavy gear onto the slippery deck, preparing to handle yet another monumental catch from the deep blue. The true scale of the harvest is finally revealed as a colossal bulging net is successfully brought aboard. Packed tightly with thousands of fish, the massive codent dominates the workspace. The crew works fast around the enormous haul, ready to untie the knots and release the fresh bounty, kicking off another continuous cycle of sorting, packing, and preserving. The pressure peaks as the massive catch is systematically released into the open storage hold. On the deck, workers guide the heavy nets, while thousands of silver fish flood the compartments below. Out on the open sea, the intense activity doesn't go unnoticed. Hundreds of hungry seagulls gather and dive into the cold waves, eagerly searching for a quick meal from the swirling waters. With the catch successfully secured, the attention shifts back to the complex machinery on the deck. Heavy mechanical winches spin steadily, systematically reeling in the long green nets and thick cables. The crew works in unison, managing the heavy lines and organizing the massive gear, making sure everything is perfectly reset and ready for the next haul. As the operation continues, the crew works on securing the main body of the trawl. The long, heavy section of the net is pulled tightly across the wet deck. Crew members in protective orange vests closely monitor the equipment, ensuring the bright yellow flotation rollers remain perfectly aligned. Step by step, the massive fabric is gathered and coiled, ready to be safely packed away. The final focus turns to the massive codent, now completely rolled into a giant spherical shape on the deck. Working on the slippery surface, the decans use heavy-duty ropes and thick steel chains to lock the enormous structure into place. Their combined strength and precision ensure that even under the rough movements of the sea, the vital fishing gear stays firmly anchored. With the giant codent successfully gathered, the crew moves to the critical task of securing the catch. A deckhand, wearing a bright red helmet and orange vest, carefully loops thick guide ropes around the nose of the net. Every knot must be tied with absolute precision to manage the massive tension, ensuring the heavy gear remains stable on the wet, slippery deck. As seagulls circle above the rolling waves, focus shifts to the heavy trawl doors and structural boards on the side. The crew continuously adjusts the guidelines connected to the main winch system. Standing firm against the ocean's motion, they carefully weave and lock the final safety lines, completing another demanding phase of the deck operations. Out on the open, restless sea, the commercial fishing crew battles the heavy morning mist to prepare their massive trawl nets. Every single knot and steel cable must be meticulously inspected and secured. It is a grueling, high-stakes routine where teamwork and absolute precision dictate success. With decades of survival experience, these brave fishermen brace themselves as the heavy machinery begins to shift, signaling that the ultimate harvest from the deep ocean is finally about to unfold. Suddenly, the tension releases as the massive net opens up, unleashing an incredible silver cascade of fresh fish directly onto the wet deck. Thousands of shimmering fish pour out smoothly in a relentless, non-stop stream, completely filling the sorting area. This spectacular moment represents the ultimate reward for days of exhausting labor and fierce resilience against the unpredictable elements. It is the timeless, powerful triumph of humanity over the vast and mighty ocean.